is up. It's high enough and good.
So Deptford draws first blood here, the first 4 minutes of the quarter here in Ocean City. Drives right down the field, get a couple of first downs and a nice touchdown run by Dowd.
Also, congratulations to Mainland's boys soccer team winning the South Jersey Group 3 championship for the first time in school history today. They beat Hamilton 2-1. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com. You'll like the way they do business at the Thomas H. Heist Insurance Agency. They're coastal insurance specialists with over 35 years experience. Flood, boat, auto, life, health. They offer it all at the Heist Agency with convenient offices in Ocean City, Margate, Egg Harbor Township, Marmora, and Vineland. Phone 609-399-0453. You'll also find them online at heistagency.com. Remember, Thomas H. Heist when you need insurance. And we remind you, you can watch this game live. Streamed, Bill Shawcross at the camera, Matt Ulmer at the controls at OceanCitySports.com. You can also listen to the audio there if you're not in the position to watch the game. And after the game is over, the video will be available at OceanCitySports.com, along with some other Ocean City games from this year. Okay, Ocean City to receive the kick here. And it's a little pooch. It's at the 36-yard line and tackled there. Ocean City will put it into play from its own 36.
Well, neither team likes their defense on special teams against the kickoff return, or neither one thinks their kicker can kick it very far, and that's certainly not the case.
Well, if Dowd's the deep back for Deptford, you would certainly be concerned about him.
Yep.
Ocean City has had some decent returns this year, but nothing spectacular. Isaac Robertson averages 21 yards and Anthony Kenny 23 yards, and the longest are 58 and 54 respectively.
I think most coaches would like to have the ball at the 35 to start.
Andrew Donahue can break a school record with a 3-yard completion. He takes the snap. Here's a little shovel pass, and there it is. Dan Walsh gets a 7 yards on the play, and Andrew Donahue has broken Al Ginn's career record of 3,011 yards on the first offensive play of the game.
Yeah, that's a play that you've seen them run, that little, I don't know if you call it a shuffle pass or what, up inside the line there. And they usually wait till later on in the game to run the play like that. And yet, it's successful. Obviously, it picks up 6-7 yards. Player down on the field.
Player from Deptford. At Wiesenthal's Auto Service in Ocean City, their staff will repair your vehicle and prevent potential problems. Call them at 609-399-9741 to schedule an appointment. No matter where you live, it's worth a trip to Ocean City to keep your vehicle operating properly. Don, Glenn, the legendary Al, and Chris, the rock star, will handle all of your repairs. Wiesenthal's Auto Service, 9th and West, right in the center of Ocean City. And Ocean City Aquatic and Fitness Center has a newly renovated saltwater pool, strength and conditioning equipment, cardio machines, and fantastic aerobic and water exercise classes. The Aquatic and Fitness Center is open weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturdays from 7 until 6, and Sundays from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Phone 609-398-6900 for more information, or visit ocnj.us/recreation online. So Al Ginn's record set in 1999 of 3,011 yards is history. With a 7-yard gain, he's now up to 3,016 is Andrew Donahue. During this season, he passed Rick Henshaw, Bob Glaspie, Jordan Tironi, Chris Curran, Matt Lefevre, and now Al Gens, and is the all-time leader. He already holds the school record for most thrown and completed passes in a single season. But when you add it all up, he's passed the ball for 3,016 yards. He's punted it for almost 4,000 yards.
A lot less punts than passes.
Yeah. All right, it's 2nd and 3 for Ocean City. Donahue takes a snap, hands it off, and first down with a flag at the end of the play. First down run across the 45-yard line by Walsh.
Coming back
Penalties apparently against Ocean City, so they will step it off from just about the first yard to gain. It's a hold, so right at the end of the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 11. Last year was the first time in something like 30 years that Ocean City had more penalty yards than their opponents. This year they're going to do it again, it looks like. Robertson to the right of Donahue. Donahue going to pass back the other way, and it's incomplete. Trying to get the ball to Kenny with that quickness and a couple of blockers in front of him, but he couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, I think he almost looks like he just took his eyes off the ball. It looked like he took his eyes off the ball at the last minute, thinking, you know, to take a quick look and see about running.
Yeah.
And he did have some space in front of him if he'd have pulled it in.
Benvenuti, Lubrano both check into the game. Shawcross, who tied the school record with 3 touchdown receptions last Saturday, is in the slot. And all alone in the backfield is Donahue. 3rd and 11. Deptford leads 7-0. Donahue sets, fires. Lubrano, it's a little off center. Lubrano dove for it, but had no chance to reach it. And it's incomplete, and Ocean City will punt.
Yeah, Ocean City might have got away. Not that it mattered. Might have got away with a hold there. Almost, I don't know, almost looked like the official was talking to the lineman afterwards and maybe telling him, you know, it was pretty close.
Quite frankly, you probably get away with a hold on every play.
Yeah. I thought, I mean, for me to see it from up here, though, it'd almost make it a little bit blatant.
Yeah. Donahue to punt. Good snap, a little bit of a rush. He floats it downfield toward the sideline, and it's dropped at the sideline but goes out of bounds, and Deptford will put it into play around its own 30-yard line.
Yeah, the Raiders have they've had some games this year where they gave up running yardage inside quite a bit early on, and then they've made adjustments and been able to take that away. They're obviously going to talk about making an adjustment, whatever, after that first series, because Dowd is, you know, he's very formidable running back based on what we saw about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah, he's you're going to trap him because he'll hurt you. Deptford from its own 30. They march 60 yards for a touchdown on the last play. A pitch is going nowhere. Ocean City smells it out. He's lucky to get back close to the line of scrimmage. In there, Brandon Lashley in on the tackle along with Benvenuti. 3 or 4 Ocean City defenders, and it's going to be just about the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Walsh and Mark Comer in that backfield slowed him down, forced him inside, and as is oftentimes the case, the guys who make the initial penetration on defense don't get credit with the tackle, but I think those 2 guys had a lot to do with making that play.
2nd and 10. Dowd, room up the middle, breaks across the 40 and out to about the 43 or 44-yard line.
Wow.
He's like a guy with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. You just have to make up your mind quick because he's going to be past you.
Yep.
Out to the 44-yard line, a first down.
You know, speaking of that, I saw a statistic. If a fastball was 104 miles an hour, you had 4/10 of a second to decide whether you were going to swing it, or 4/100ths of a second to decide whether you'd swing at it or not.
There you go. In the shotgun. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Off the right side, through a tackle in across the 50 to about the 49-yard line. Tyrese Brown,
right?
Sophomore, 6 foot, 185 pounds. Dowd, by the way, is a junior.
And he went right through a tackle at that line of scrimmage. That'll be something they'll talk about. You got to wrap your arms around the guy. You can't just wave at him as he's going by you.
Real short week for Ocean City, of course. They played Saturday, come back on Thursday. 2 days shorter than the typical week. Dowd gets the ball, couldn't find room. He stopped for maybe a yard, but it's going to be 3rd down and a couple. In a kind of an unusual decision here, and we'll find out more about it as time goes by. And I don't know if you're familiar, but it doesn't really affect us down here. Wayne Hills, which had been disqualified from the NJSIAA football playoffs, has been reinstated and will play, I guess, tomorrow night. It's a complicated situation we may talk about a little bit at halftime. 3rd and about 2 across the 50. Dowd hits the line. He's stopped. There's a flag on the play. And came in pretty quickly. Chad Dodonna made the tackle, and it's a holding penalty against Deptford.
I think you got to take the penalty here. He's not going to get first down yard. He's going to be about half a yard short. But I would think that as well as they've run the football, I think they would go for it on fourth down, even though it's just inside the 50. So the Raiders are going to take this. I think that's a good decision.
Ocean City has played Deptford 3 times in the past, won 2. 2 of the 3 were in the playoffs. Ocean City won in 2014 in a consolation game, and Deptford's last win was in 1976. Even Gary Degenhardt never coached against Deptford, as old as he is. Here's this. The quarterback drops back and rolls to his right, wide open, and drops the ball on the right flat as the intended receiver.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised they give the ball to Dowd anyway. And the last time they had like a 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 11, they ran that ball around the right side in that first series and gained first down yardage. I don't think you're going to see a lot of passing from Deptford. I don't know what their stat line is as far as passes are concerned, but we don't see them a lot. We don't see them at all.
Javon Fox Ballard to punt. He's averaging 44 yards a punt. He's about 16 yards off the line of scrimmage, so that's 60 yards. He gets blocked. It's blocked and rolling down near the 20-yard line, and Ocean City's going to have terrific field position no matter who recovers the ball. Actually, Deptford recovered the ball. A guy tried to make a run with it, and he stopped at about the 25, but I think the ball was down at the 20, maybe the 19. Up right on the 20-yard line, Ocean City with great field position.
76.
Trombones. Jackson Young makes the block. Jackson's got a different number on. So Ocean City has a chance to tie this. They're on the 20-yard line of Deptford.
I tell you what, Tom, that was a great block too. There, 2 or 3 guys in there with an opportunity to block it, and Jackson Young making that big play.
Handoff is to Walsh. He's hit behind the line, bounces off it, shoots through a hole, and he's down close to the 10.
Wow. Getting a lot of carries here in the early going. Little option. Nice block there at the line of scrimmage to spring free Art Spackman. Here they go again. Walsh again.
Off the right side, and it looks like he's got the first down to the 9-yard line. So it'll be first and goal for Ocean City, and in comes Robertson. Another final. Christian Brothers 5, St. Augustine nothing in the non-public A South final.
Soccer.
Shallcross moves from right to left. Lebrano and a couple of other people checking the signal at the sidelines. Donahue with Robertson to his left. Takes a snap. Play action. Keeps it. Off the left side. He sees some room. And Donahue is in for the touchdown. A 9-yard run. And Andrew Donahue puts Ocean City on the board.
Coming up limping a little bit there, Tom, on the end of that run. A nice block on the outside by Benvenuti. Gets him in the end zone. A couple good blocks up there on the line. But just a well-designed play. And a nice run.
Kevin Catanoso to kick the extra point. Ball is down. The kick is up. It's high enough. It's good. Catanoso on the season is 18 for 19. And Ocean City has tied it up quickly at 7-7. They'll kick off to Deptford. The Boardwalk Acura Game of the Week produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. Brian Carroll and their professional staff are waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Acura on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. If you live in Cape May County and you're having problems with an appliance, your next call should be to Ulmer's Appliance Service. Dryers, refrigerators, ranges, dishwashers, washers, disposals, you name it, Ulmer's can repair it, and they service most major brands. Ulmer's Appliance Service has offices in Ocean City, Wildwood, Seaville, and Sea Isle City. There's one close to you. Phone 609-399-4398 for more information. Ulmer's Appliance Service. Ocean City to kick off after tying the score at 7. Raiders will be at Pleasantville on Thanksgiving. I was talking before the game. They ought to play these consolation games next Tuesday, so those teams have even more time since our last game, but not as much time before Thanksgiving. Of course, not everybody has a Thanksgiving game. Here's a little pooch kick again, a little deeper this time. A fair catch is called at about the 28-yard line.
I almost wonder if the idea sometimes is to kick it high and get your tallest guy down there who can jump up and catch it.
Except they can't catch it.
Right.
That's what happened up at St. Joe's.
Timor Brown, he also fielded the first kick. Has to hit the ground. Is that what you're saying first, right?
Yeah, or the other team.
Or the other team.
Yeah, that showed the speed of Anthony Kenny. He got down under a kickoff and caught it. Okay, Deptford, 7-7. Quarterback is under center, Giles. He's thrown the ball well. He fires it on the right side, but nobody there. He's kind of in between two receivers.
Another flag comes in late. Somewhere near the line of scrimmage. Might be a crackback block.
Yep. Giles is 62 for 116 for 689 yards, 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's a senior.
Think they'll take this penalty?
That would move them back to about the 18-yard line. Oh, no, the 13-yard line.
I mean, you can't run this kid down every play, but I think they got to give him the ball a lot. The last few plays, they haven't given it to him, and they've gone backwards.
Yes, they have. So it's first down over. First, let's say about 26 yards to go.
Yeah, I think that's just about right. 25, 26.
It's a little easier to figure out with these hash marks.
Yep.
Motion from the slot back on the left side. It's Dowd trying to get to the outside. He finds some room, cuts into a hole, and brings the ball out to about the 25. It comes loose, and it's scooped up by Ocean City, and running is Brandon passed into about the 4-yard line. Let's see if they mark it down. They do not. Ocean City recovers another fumble.
Boy, Lashley really in the right spot at the right time there. Scooped it right up. And
he blocked 2 kicks up at St. Joe's last Saturday, and of course has made some other recoveries, but he scooped that one right up and ran it in. They're going to spot it at the 5-yard line.
Just as he hit the ground on his back, the ball popped up loose. It came out. So before he actually hit the ground, he landed on the back of an Ocean City player. The ball's popping loose, and Lashley right there to grab hold.
His second recovered fumble of the season. He also has an interception. So Ocean City in business on another fumble. Donahue, play action, rolling to the right, fires, and Matt Lashley couldn't hold it right at the goal line. It's incomplete.
Yeah, he turned around to make the catch just as the ball was arriving, and just didn't hold on. Would have been a touchdown. A tough catch. I mean, he's making that turnaround. I think he would tell you he probably should have had it.
Second goal. Donahue gives it to Robertson right up the middle. Was a hole there. He's still driving at the goal line, and he's in. Officials took their time, but he's in from 5 yards out, and Ocean City takes the lead.
You always think you can count on the kids to let you know before the officials. Sometimes they get a little bit zealous, and it's not really a touchdown. But, I mean, he was clearly in. I don't know. I'm not sure what takes the officials so long to signal touchdown right away.
Kick by Catanoso is high enough and good. And Ocean City is quickly taking a 14-7 lead with 2 scores in less than a minute. And they will kick off to Deptford with 2:21 remaining in the first quarter. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG, Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. Connect with Brian Brummel and the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. Things are always happening at the Ocean City Free Public Library. Sunday at 2, the Packaged Goods Orchestra will perform. Next classic film night is November 21st at 6. Seabiscuit with Toby Maguire, Jeff Bridges, and Elizabeth Banks. Wednesday at 3, after-school movie and snacks. You can learn to play bridge, improve your cooking and computer skills. It's all free, plus books, magazines, internet access, homework help, and much more. The Ocean City Free Public Library, 18th and Simpson. Phone 609-399-2434. Really made a big difference there. Catanoso to kick off. He'll probably pooch it. Let's see. They want to keep it out of Dowd's hands. He does pooch it. It's going to be taken at the 28-yard line, across the 30, and stopped cold at the 34.
Ocean City on taking advantage. Couple turnovers. And, Dowd had made a great run there, too. He gained about 15, 16 yards. He was almost back to the original line of scrimmage when that ball popped loose.
Ocean City is plus 11 in turnovers. They've turned the ball over 11 times and recovered it 22 times. 16 fumbles they've taken away from the other team. 2 of them here in this first quarter.
Yep.
Slot right receiver to the left. They give it to Dowd. He hits the line of scrimmage. Very little there.
Yeah, I think you'll see Ocean City bring the backers up a little bit tighter, especially since Deptford hasn't really shown much of a propensity to throw the football so far here in the early going of this first quarter. That time, nice tackle, Tom Austin Green.
Gain of 1, it's 2nd and 9. Austin Green, one of those sophomores that Ocean City's high on. Another one, of course, just recovered a fumble, Brandon Lashley. And their leading tackler for this season is also an important part, Brandon Lynn. From the shotgun, Giles swings it out. Wide open on the left flat and driven out of bounds across the 40 is Dowd. Gets maybe to the 42-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I mean, there was nobody assigned to him, or the person who was assigned to him wasn't anywhere around him, because he had a wide open ability to catch the football and then run with it afterwards.
3rd and about a foot and a half. Ball out short of the 43-yard line.
I think I would have 8 guys keying on 1 guy.
And if you were Deptford, would you have the nerve to do a play-action pass?
No.
Up under center is Giles. He keeps it. And he got forward. Looks like he got enough for a first down. Didn't have to move that much. In fact, it's all the way out to the 45. So another first down for Deptford. They keep possession alive.
You could almost tell or anticipate that was going to be a quarterback sneak, because Dowd was about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Which is, 2-3 yards further back. I don't know if it was 10, but 2-3 yards further back from where he normally was lining up when he was going to take a handoff. And he really didn't look like he was ready to be in the play. So he must have just, he knew it was a quarterback sneak and was going to stand back there and watch.
1st and 10 from the 44. Back to throw is Giles. He fires over the middle. It's caught for a first down, trying to get to the sideline and driving for about 7 or 8 more yards inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line.
So after I said they haven't shown much of a propensity and been successful throwing the football, they complete 2 or 3 passes in a row and gain some good yardage and another first down. So they're moving the football. Both offenses played pretty well. We're inside a minute here in this first quarter.
1st and 10. on the Ocean City 38-yard line. Giles under center, puts the right slot back in motion, gives it off to Dowd, and he's spun in his tracks for a loss of about a yard.
Yep.
Okay. Number 3, Dowd, standing behind the line by number 10, Dan Walsh.
Yeah, that time Walsh and company make the stop behind the line of scrimmage. That's probably going to do it for the first quarter. I'm sure Deptford will let this clock run out so they get an opportunity to talk to their coaches.
There it is, the end of the first quarter here at Carey Stadium, with Ocean City leading Deptford 14-7. Andrew Donahue scored a touchdown, but he also completed a pass to put himself over the all-time Ocean City career record for passing yardage. He is now the all-time leader. The Boardwalk Acura Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. Boardwalk Acura is your trusted dealer for car loans, auto parts, and auto repair. Visit boardwalkacura.com. Shoppy's is even better online. You've probably visited their showroom at 1031 Shore Road in Linwood, but at shoppy.com you can select and design your own trophy or award and order it right there. Shoppy's also has a complete line of gifts. Remember, you're not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting a Shoppy trophy. Phone 609-653-1684 for Shoppy's since 1921.
So Deptford will start the second quarter inside Ocean City's 40-yard line, trailing the Raiders 14-7. Both offenses have played well so far here in one quarter of action.
2nd and 11. Giles takes the snap in the shotgun, fires down the middle, and it's incomplete. He had good position there, but Isaac Robertson tipped it away from behind.
Well, he had great position and stayed right on his shoulder. The ball was perfectly thrown, and Robertson able to get his hand over top of the shoulder. I mean, just a real good throw and an excellent defensive play by Robertson. That's a one-on-one coverage, little post pattern, and you can't coach it or play it defensively any better than that.
Some late substitutions here for Deptford as they break the huddle. We're early in the second quarter, and Ocean City on top 14-7 after 2 recovered fumbles. Here's Dowd trying to bounce it to the outside. He gets to the left sideline, but he's only going to pick up a yard or two, and he goes down just before getting out of bounds.
Yeah, that time he had nothing at the line of scrimmage, and usually he was bouncing it out a little bit and then staying back inside. That time the Raiders forced him all the way to the sideline, and for very little, if any, gain. Although it looks like Deptford's feeling like they're in 4th down territory.
Chris Crowley has to make a decision here. It's 4th and 9 on the Ocean City 37, and he has not sent in a punt team. So he's going after it. Trailing 14-7 here. And they'll work out of the shotgun. Slot to the right, double slot in fact. Motion from the slot back on the left side puts 3 receivers on the right. But he was moving forward. Let's see if it draws a flag. Giles throws deep, too deep. About 5 yards too long. Incomplete. Ocean City will take over on its own 38-yard line following an interesting decision.
Now, he did have a receiver down there, just unable to connect with him. The ball overthrown and behind the receiver a little bit, and had the throw been on the money, that's a catchable ball because the defenders were not able to, they just weren't close enough to defend the play. Fortunately for the Raiders, the ball just not on target, and they'll take over on downs here.
Exactly 11 minutes remaining in the first half. Ocean City on top 14-7. Donahue with a back to his right. Receivers to both sides. Takes a snap, little shovel pass, and maybe a yard or 2 up the middle. That was Matt Lashley, I believe.
Might have been Robertson. Isaac Robertson, I think, Tom. That play requires an awful lot of timing. And that's twice now they've run that play in the first 13 minutes, 14 minutes of the game.
2nd and 9, handoff Robertson stopped at about the 39-yard line for maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd and 8.
He gets up with a little limp as he comes off to the sideline.
Ocean City sends in some additional receivers. Nick Williams comes in at tight end. Anthony Kenny is in. 3rd and 8. Alone in the backfield. Donahue. He's going to run straight up the middle. He avoids one tackler. He's got the first down. Out to the 49. The ball comes free. And Deptford picks it up. They're running around losing yardage, but they've got the football on the out of the 50-yard line.
Yep. Quarterback draw right off the get-go, I think, and he had that open, and he just kind of, as he hit the ground, the ball popped loose, and before he hit the ground, got tackled, hit by a couple of guys, and the ball popped loose just before he hit the ground.
But, the third turnover here in the first half, 2 by Deptford, 1 by Ocean City, and Deptford has it on its own 47-yard line with 9:49 left in the first half, trailing 14-7. Giles will be under center. The back's in the eye behind him. A slot to the left. Hands it off to Dowd, and Dowd is brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the Raiders down linemen on that play, and they spread guys out a little wider in an attempt to contain Dowd if he's going to run the football. That's what I said about making adjustments. Sometimes you'll see 4 down linemen in there. That play they had 3 down linemen and had guys out wide to contain him a little bit more.
2nd and 11. Giles in the shotgun. Back on either side. Receiver on either side. Sets. Fires long down the left side. Well covered. Incomplete. Could have been an offensive pass interference, but no flag.
Yeah, I think Anthony Kenny was agreeing with you. He got a little push from behind there from the receiver, but the ball wasn't going to be catchable by either player.
So it's 3rd and 11 on the 46. Deptford on its own 46, trailing 14-7. Ocean City at Pleasantville on Thanksgiving, 2 weeks from today.
Wow, that's a long time.
Get your Christmas shopping started.
I guess these kids will get about 6 days, 7 days off.
Shotgun. Giles awaits the snap. Drops back, pressure up the middle. Receiver at about the 40 was a little behind him. He couldn't make the catch. Good coverage by Kenny.
You're right, Tom. It was behind him, and the intended receiver was Randy Haskins. And same player down the sideline that Kenny thought interfered with him prior. Just not a well-thrown pass as far as being catchable.
I think that was Jihad Lauber.
You think?
Yeah.
Number 20?
Yeah.
There's 2 number 20s.
He's 6'5". He's definitely a lot bigger than Kenny.
You're right.
Here's the punt downfield. Brandon Lashley takes it at the 25. He's at the 30. He crossed the 35 to about the 37 or 38-yard line.
I just realized that when you said that, there are 2 number 20s on the roster, and one's 6'5" and the other's 5'7", so it's pretty obvious which one that was. You're right, it was Lauber.
Ocean City from its own 38. Also, Deptford has numbers that are not that easy to see. They're easier a little on the monitor, so those of you watching at OceanCitySports.com can see them a little better. Gold numerals on white shirts don't work. Donahue waits the snap. Little flare pass out to the right side is dropped. So it'll be 2nd and 10. There's been a number of, there's some good receivers with some good numbers. Ocean City has 2 receivers in the top 10 in the Cape Atlantic League in yardage, Matt Lashley and Bob Shawcross. But the receivers this year have also dropped a lot of passes.
Yep. Talking about the Eagles, or are you talking about these guys out here?
Slot to the left, receiver, trips to the left, receiver to the right, back to the left of Donahue. 2nd and 10. Flags and whistles stop the play.
Yeah, I think encroachment, by the defense here.
It is. So it'll be 2nd and 5.
The other thing that makes gold numbers on white jerseys difficult to see is it's 200 feet away from us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. But their colors are black and gold, so why not make the numbers black and put gold trim on them or something? Anyway, it's 2nd and 5. Walsh hits the line and drives across the 45 to the 46, but he's about 3 yards short of the first down.
You'd have to ask Mr. La Rosa why schools have certain colors that they have when. 8:25 left here in first half. Ocean City leads Deptford 14-7. Donahue's fumble does not result in any points, and the Raiders get the ball back about where they fumbled it. So no harm, no foul, so to speak.
3rd and 2. And Walsh slowed down but pulls away, gets away from another. He's down the sidelines at the 40, at the 35, and he's got a first down inside the Deptford 30. It could have been stopped twice for the first down.
Yeah, that just was a great individual run. Looked like he was stopped short right there at the line of scrimmage. A guy grabs around his shoulder pads, can't make the stop, and he just made really 2 good moves after that to get to the outside. And then, right at the end of the move, he makes a real fine running back play by putting both hands on that football just before he was about to get hit.
On the 28 of Deptford, 1st and 10. Slot to the right, receiver to the left. Donahue back to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And Matt Lashley loses the football, but Ocean City may have gotten back on it. Nope, incomplete pass. Yep. Sorry, incomplete pass. Pulled it in incomplete. He didn't have it long enough.
Yeah, I didn't think so either, and yet the official that was standing right behind him didn't say anything, but the official who was down on the sideline straight at it was the one making the call.
Another champion. Congratulations to Holy Spirit's girls soccer team. They won the South Jersey Championship this afternoon, just a few minutes ago, in fact, 4-1 over Our Lady of Mercy Academy. Donahue waits the snap, 2nd and 10. Hands it off, and not much there, maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd and long for Ocean City as Bergman hit the line.
A little too long for a field goal try. Of course, the weather's a little colder than it has been. Makes those field goals a little more difficult from distance.
Walsh back in. Robertson, you remember, limped off, and he hasn't come back on yet. In fact, he's sitting on the bench now, getting some treatment from the trainer. 3rd and 9. Donahue with Walsh to his right. Takes a snap, sets, swings it out to Walsh, incomplete.
Man, they have been 0 for 3 on that little swing pass.
Now, Deptford's running with the football, but that was clearly forward.
Yeah, somebody's got to call that forward.
They haven't yet.
Now, the referee's looking back at the other guys.
They're signaling touchdown.
Wow. Let's see, he's throwing the ball from the... Well, it's pretty darn close. Might have been behind half a yard. Yeah, no, he throws the ball from about the 33-yard line, and it's close. It does look forward. It does look forward half a yard.
But it's gone down as a 62-yard fumble return. And Deptford can tie it with the extra point. We have 6:14 left in the first half.
Wow. Like to send that one up to New York, huh? Let them look at it.
Yeah.
It was close, but I think based on seeing the replay here.
And a bad snap. They're going to try to run it in, but his knee was down. His knee was down when he went to get the snap. So the extra point attempt is no good. And Ocean City retains the lead by 1 point, 14-13, with 6:14 remaining in the first half. Boardwalk Honda invites you to check out their always up-to-date online inventory, ideal for doing research from the comfort of your own home or office. When you've found the Honda models you like, visit Boardwalk Honda, 6807 Chilton Road in Egg Harbor Township, and take a test drive. The service you'll receive is a cut above. Brian Carroll and their sales staff, professional yet highly approachable. You'll quickly understand why Boardwalk Honda has such an expansive base of loyal customers. Boardwalk Honda, call toll-free at 877-472-6499. Bigger, better Boardwalk. Boardwalk Honda.
Yeah, we had the opportunity to look at that a couple times here on the monitor, Tom, while you were doing the spot, and I definitely think he threw the ball forward a good yard. I mean,
Yeah.
we've looked at it three or four times.
It was closer than I thought when I saw it live, but all the replays show it was a little bit forward. By the way, in Egghart Township, still in the first half in the state Group 3 girls field hockey semifinal, it's Moorestown 1, Ocean City nothing. We'll keep you posted on that. Earlier, Middle Township lost to Haddonfield 7-0.
It's a bit of a surprise. Moorestown scored already.
Deptford will kick off from its own 40. Ocean City not expecting a real deep kick. Both teams have pooched the ball. This time he line drives it down the middle, and it bounces right to Kenny at about the 18-yard line. He's across the 30 to the 35, maybe 37-yard line.
Yeah, I like Kenny returning the ball too. He comes into that wall a little more deliberately, looking for the opening, and then takes off in that direction. And he's been pretty successful returning kicks as well. So again, teams matching each other touchdown for touchdown. Raiders have struggled so far in that little short swing pass. I think 0 for 3, and that one returned for a touchdown.
First and 10, Ocean City up a point. Donahue takes the snap. It's hands it off rather to Bergman, and he brings it out across the 40 to about the 43 or 44-yard line.
Yep, the junior. They've run Walsh, they've run Robertson, now they're running Bergman. And you're right, Robertson's still on the sideline, sitting on the bench over here.
Snap to Donahue, hands it off the right side, driving through is Bergman. He breaks into the open for a moment. He's got a first down inside the 45 to the 42-yard line.
Well, that was a nice run as well, Tom. Little straight up the middle. I mean, a straight handoff and a good block in the backfield. He just splits the defensive lineman, and then he tries to get outside of Benvenuti's block and cuts back inside again. I think he actually tripped over Benvenuti as he was falling.
First and 10. Walsh in to the left of Donahue. Donahue, a little shovel pass, and Lashley breaks one tackle and drives inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line, a gain of about 5.
They must have seen something on the films this week if they exchanged films with Deptford, and I'm sure they did, because that's the third time they've run that little pass into the line of scrimmage there. That little, I call it a shuffle pass. But
it's kind of interesting you call them films.
Yeah, that's true. I go back a ways.
Hand off to Walsh up the middle, and he drives into the 30.
And both teams have been able to run the ball a little bit.
He's got the first down. So first and 10, Ocean City at the Deptford 30-yard line. Raiders lead 14-13 in what they call a regional crossover game for teams that did not qualify for the NJSIAA playoffs. A lot of teams, a lot of Cape Atlantic League schools will be playing tomorrow night in the playoffs. Donahue hands the ball off. Walsh picks up a couple of yards inside the 30 to the 28.
Did they think that consolation was a demeaning term? Is that why
Possibly.
they changed it?
Possibly, but that's what it amounts to.
Yeah, but I don't see that as a demeaning or negative term. Consolation.
The word crossover, though, has become a widely used word in scheduling.
Yeah, but what's the crossover?
Well, two teams that aren't in the same conference. That's what it means. Hand off to Walsh. He's hit and bounces back, keeps his footing, and falls ahead for another yard or two to about the 25-yard line. Looks like it'll be about 3rd and 4.
Are Lower Cape May and Wildwood? I guess they're not in the same.
No. Though I think that's one of the things they'll change, I would think, when they redo the schedule, not next year, but the following year. I think they'll put Wildwood in the same division with Lower Cape May, Middle, Buna, Pleasantville. It just makes sense.
Yeah, and they played each other once already.
Yeah. That was Lower Cape May's only win. Long count. Donahue with Walsh to his left, takes a snap. Quick pass is incomplete. He had two receivers to choose from, and threw to the outside receiver, Lebrano, and it was short and incomplete.
Yeah, he was running a little short post pattern there, and I think he hesitated a little bit, Tom, coming off the line of scrimmage because I don't know if they got mixed up their signals between the two receivers, and he realized he might be in the wrong spot. It looked like he slowed down just a little bit, and Donahue led him a little bit.
4th and about 5. Donahue takes a snap, drops back, fires over the middle, and it's incomplete, trying to get it to Shallcross. And it'll be Deptford taking over on downs.
Well, his receivers aren't helping him tonight. I'm going to say that.
Ball's going to be spotted at about right on the 25-yard line. So we have 3:17 left. Deptford, 4 touchdowns in the first half so far. 3 of them the result of fumbles. 1 of them on a fumble recovery and return. The other 2 following fumble recoveries. Here's Giles. He hands off to Dowd, and Dowd's off the left side and across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Giles hands off to Dowd.
Yeah, the way he started the football game, you expected him to, really go crazy. But again, the Raiders have made an adjustment.
11:02. Oh, Giles takes the snap. I was about to say 11:02 left in the first half. Julia Harrington has scored, and Ocean City has tied Moorestown 1-1 in the state semifinal in girls field hockey. Probably don't have to say girls. There's no boys field hockey in New Jersey. So we had a timeout here. With 2:50 remaining in the first half, Ocean City leads Deptford 14-13. Since 1981, the Trofa and Coggins families have offered the best in car care at Car Caress, 1635 Haven Avenue in Ocean City. There's also Car Caress 2, 100 Stagecoach Road in Marmora behind ShopRite. At Car Caress, they'll hand wash your vehicle, both the interior and exterior. And at both Car Caress locations tomorrow, they'll wash your car free of charge if you're a military veteran or currently active in the military. Visit Car Caress or Car Caress 2 between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. tomorrow if you have a military ID, and get your car washed free of charge. Congratulations again, Mainland Boys Soccer, Holy Spirit Girls Soccer, South Jersey champions. Not sure if it's the first time for Holy Spirit, but it is for Mainland. 2nd and about 4, snap to Giles in the shotgun. He's got time, now it breaks down, and he is sacked for a big loss by, I think it's Morales again.
It is.
Sacked by number 24, Alex Morales.
Came in off that right side of the defense, left side of the offense. He's lined up at the line of scrimmage and bringing it from an outside linebacker position and just beats his blocker. And, they don't throw the ball away and don't have anybody open downfield.
Morales now leads the team with 2.5 sacks this year. 2 of them here tonight. 3rd and 10. Giles in the shotgun, takes the snap, fires left side, wide open for the first down, out close to the 40-yard line. That's that big receiver again, who was a identical number. Jahod Lauber, 6'5", 160-pound wide receiver.
And they're going with a hurry-up offense here. Actually, Morales made that tackle as well.
Chains weren't set, but they started the clock. Pass in the left flat, little screen, pulls out of a tackle and ends up getting about 8 yards.
Actually pulled out of 2 tackles. Lauber. He's tough to bring down. It's formidable. A little taller than Matt Ulmer.
6'5", 160. Back to hand it off to Dowd. Dowd breaks into the open for a moment. He gets across the 50, inside the 45 to the 44 for first down. 1 left in the half. We'll see if Deptford uses a timeout. They do. Timeout called by the Spartans. With 1:29 left in the first half, Ocean City's on top here, 14-13. Are you hungry for melt-in-your-mouth pot roast or meatloaf just like Mom used to make? Then after the game, head over to your Egg Harbor Township Golden Corral. They've got all your home-style favorites, from fried chicken and mashed potatoes to oven-fried yeast rolls and a chocolate wonderfall that flows all day, every day. Plus, steak and shrimp all 7 days of the week. You'll find it all at Golden Corral, 6725 Black Horse Pike in Egg Harbor Township, right in front of Boscov's. And then maybe on your way home, all over the Delaware Valley, they talk about Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. You can get Johnson's Popcorn in individual servings all the way up to 3.5-gallon tins. Johnson's Popcorn, 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City, 1-800-842-2676, or johnsonspopcorn.com to have your popcorn shipped to you. Johnson's Popcorn since 1940. You do want to be careful going up to the Ocean City Boardwalk, though, because a good portion of it's not there anymore. I'm not sure how that affects Johnson's or not, but it's a mess for Shrivers.
Yeah, it's not at Johnson's end yet, that south end.
Okay. Giles in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Sets down the middle. It's caught. And down to about the 20. He pulls out of a tackle at the 15, and he's down into about the 12-yard line. So big pass play for Deptford. And they're knocking at the door here.
Yeah, Walsh just missed getting a sack back there, and then 2-3 guys have an opportunity to make the tackle, and they just don't wrap in the beginning. They just kind of run into him.
Dowd gets the handoff. He's tripped up, falls across the line of scrimmage, down to about the 9-yard line with 1:07 on the clock running. Deptford has one more timeout left.
They're going to, in that hurry up, making pretty good use of the clock.
Giles gives to Dowd. He bounces it out to the left, cuts it back, and he's stopped at around the 5, maybe inside the 5. We'll see where they spot the football. They're in that far corner of Carey Stadium.
They may have to take a timeout here, Tom, because they don't have a lot of time left.
Third and a couple.
They're about 3.
They're taking a long time to get a play in. They can't spike. I guess they could spike the ball.
Well, they're bringing the play into the huddle now. We're down to 23, 22, 21 seconds.
Boy, I just got done saying they were making good use of the clock. That's a horrible use of the clock there.
Giles is under center. Third and about 3 at the 5. He gives, no, play action. Rolls to the right, completes the pass, and in for the touchdown. He was tackled at the 1, but fell in for the touchdown. And they are ahead now, is Deptford, 19-14.
With 5 seconds left. So I guess they could have called timeout if the tackle was made and still had a couple seconds left on the clock. Ball was caught at about the 5-yard line. The tackle's made at about the 2, but not before the receiver's able to fall into the end zone. That's a big momentum shift going into the locker room at halftime.
Now they call the timeout. Timeout on the extra point. And Deptford will huddle up as they have taken a 19-14 lead. Maybe they're thinking about going for 2. But whatever, they've called timeout. Boardwalk Acura Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. Boardwalk Acura is your trusted dealer for car loans, auto parts, and auto repair. Visit boardwalkacura.com. Domino's is in Ocean City, right in the center of town at 9th and Asbury. You can call for delivery at 788-3888. And by the way, they deliver to Summers Point and Longport. They have great pizza at Domino's, but so much more. Their menu includes oven-baked sandwiches, wings, and boneless chicken, stuffed cheesy breads, and delicious pasta. You can complete your meal with Domino's marbled cookie brownie, chocolate lava crunch cake, or their famous Cinnasticks, and they've got salads as well. Your Domino's order is custom-made and delivered oven fresh to your door. Visit them at 9th and Asbury in Ocean City. Call 788-3888 for delivery to Ocean City, Summers Point, or Longport. Domino's, open well after midnight.
You'd expect they'd go for 2, Tom, having missed the point after conversion on the last touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what they're looking to do here. Giles is under center, single setback, gives it to him. It's Dowd. He hits the line, drives up to the goal line, and in for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, nothing fancy about that. Just straight ahead. I haven't said that much this year.
So Deptford takes a 21-14 lead with 5 seconds left in the first half here at Carey Stadium. Ocean City will get the ball to start the second half. The Storage Inn is a family-owned business started more than 3 decades ago. They're at 9th Street and West Avenue in Ocean City. Storage Inn has over 40 different sizes to meet all your storage needs, both personal and commercial. The Storage Inn is open 7 days a week with 24-hour, 7-day security. Call 609-391-1416 for Storage Inn, also located in Egg Harbor Township, or visit storageinn.net. Their managers are on site to assist you. The Storage Inn of Egg Harbor Township and Ocean City. So Deptford's going to kick off with 5 seconds left. I would imagine there's another pooch coming here. They want to avoid any kind of return. It would even get Ocean City into a reasonable position for a long pass.
I would agree.
Let's see what's going to happen. Raiders, there's been 3 fumbles that led to scores by the 2 teams in this game. They do kick it all the way through from the 24-yard line. Straight up the middle is Robertson. He avoids a couple of tackles and gets out to the 45-yard line, but there's no time left on the clock. And at halftime, Deptford leads Ocean City 21-14. Despite two turnovers that led to the 2 Ocean City touchdowns, they have bounced back on a fumble recovery for a touchdown and a touchdown pass to take a 21-14 lead at halftime. You need a sign? Well, you need Captain Charlie. Captain Charlie uses Blue Water Graphics and Cape Signs to create signs for real estate and other businesses. They do construction site signs and window lettering for your business. They can also provide the lettering for your van, truck, car, or boat. You can reach Blue Water Graphics at 609-823-8891 and Cape Signs at 856-506-0610. Signs, banners, vehicles, windows, they can supply whatever lettering you need at Blue Water Graphics and Cape Signs. Don't forget you can watch this game, the second half of it, live at oceancitysports.com. And if you missed the game, you can watch it in replay. It'll be up online forever at oceancitysports.com. Shore True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes that you'll continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service and expert advice. At Shore Hardware, they'll do anything to help. Open Monday through Saturdays until 6 and Sundays until 4. Help is just around the corner at Shore True Value Hardware, 515 New Road in Summers Point. Phone 609-927-6464 or visit them online at shorehardware.com.
Is that Deptford's band's going to play at halftime, Tom? Or is that Ocean City? No, that's Ocean City's band. Sorry.
In fact, the Deptford band seem to have disappeared.
A lot of times they'll come over here and stand on the home side of the field to watch their compadres do their performance.
It's now at halftime. Ocean City and Moorestown tied 1-1. That's at Egg Harbor Township. Supposed to have been played last night, postponed by weather. And that's a state semifinal in field hockey. Ocean City trying to get back into that state final again.
Geez, they haven't done it in what, a year?
Yeah, it's been a whole year since they were there.
Jeez, come on.
Right here, it's 21-14. Deptford leading Ocean City. As we mentioned, 3 fumbles have led to the scores. 2 by Deptford that led to Ocean City touchdowns, and 1 Ocean City, a questionable call. We thought it was a forward pass. The officials did not, and Deptford scooped it up and ran 62 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, definitely. Initially, when I saw it, I thought it was back just by a little tiny bit, but then looking at the replay 3-4 times, it was pretty obvious that the play was a forward pass by about a yard. Although, again, the officials don't have the opportunity to, that we have to see, replay after replay after replay. But I'm a little surprised that this much scoring so far in this football game. I expected a little bit more of a defensive game.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think sometimes when when teams don't see each other as often, I think defenses usually prevail if they're, if the teams have good defense. And the Raiders have had some good run defense this year. Of course, we haven't seen Deptford. I don't know. I guess I just expected the defenses to play a little better here in the first half. I think Ocean City offensively have played better than 14 points. I mean, they've just, as I said, I think the fact that they didn't complete some of those little swing passes out to that right side, the one in the very beginning of the game, like the second play of the game, the one that was, almost could have been completed, the one that we didn't, couldn't determine whether it was forward or not. And that could have been a completed pass. They dropped another one over on that right side. So, they've hurt themselves a little bit. The passing game has not, as you said, Donahue has broken the record on the first play from scrimmage, but they really have not connected very much throwing the football in this first half, which I think they'll need to do a little bit here better in the second half, and they're capable of it. They've got good receivers. So this remains to be seen.
Right now in Ocean City, we're in the middle of the Quiet Festival, and it runs through Saturday. Another one of the great Mark Seufer's unusual ideas. It's a celebration of quiet things. In the past, things like a yo-yo demonstration, paper airplanes in flight, bubbles, a pin drop contest, wind chimes band, and quiet pets. So those are some of the things that will happen. There's a moth, as a matter, as part of this Quiet Festival right here at Carey Stadium. That's going on through the weekend, or through Saturday. Also, don't forget tomorrow at 11 a.m. at the Ocean City Tabernacle, 550 West Avenue, a Veterans Day program. That's tomorrow at 11 a.m. And on Saturday and Sunday this weekend, Christmas Craft and a Fine Art Festival from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. both days. It's in the Civic Center. Over 60 fine artists, crafters, and photographers, handcraft items of every description, from Christmas decor galore, ceramics, American doll clothes, jewelry and reindeer, stained glass, candles, pet apparel, treats, gourmet foods, every offering handmade in the USA by the seller in the booth. Donations benefit the Ocean City Food Cupboard and Atlantic City Rescue Mission. Parking free at 6th Street and Atlantic Avenue right here. And for more information on all of these events, phone 609-399-6111.
I got the ultimate quiet pet at my house.
What's that?
My wife's got one of those betta fish. It just swims around in the little vase and sucks on the flower vase, the vines that grow down from the plant and stuff.
Wow.
Doesn't make any noise at all.
Also, Veterans Day tomorrow and Prime Events, together with WPG Talk Radio 104.1. Wants to let you know how you can help the men and women who served in our armed forces. To assist through the Disabled American Veterans, visit DAV.org. For the Wounded Warrior Project, it's woundedwarriorproject.org. Veterans Day tomorrow. And there's no school, though I think that's... Is there usually no school on Veterans Day?
It depends.
It happens to be no school because of a teacher's convention.
Right. Now this year Election Day fell on the same week as Teachers Convention, and some of the schools took off Tuesday for Election Day, and then they were taking Thursday and Friday anyway for Teachers Convention, and they took Wednesday as well, and gave everybody almost a whole week off.
Wow.
Which, it doesn't matter. You got to go to school X number of days, and whether you got to go 180 days, whether you take 5 of them off in November or 5 of them off in March or 5 of them off in June.
So far today, Mainland Boys Soccer has won the South Jersey Championship. Holy Spirit Girls Soccer has won the South Jersey Championship. Middle Township was defeated in a state field hockey semifinal by Haddonfield. And the Ocean City field hockey team is tied at the half with Moorestown in their state semifinal at Egg Harbor Township. That middle Haddonfield game was also played at Egg Harbor Township.
Tom, you alluded earlier in the broadcast to the school from
Wayne Valley.
Yeah. What about that?
What happened was they had 3 brothers, good football players, who, the way I understand it, transferred into Wayne Valley from a non-public school the beginning of the school year last year, but they didn't move. So they were supposed to sit out 30 days last year. And for some reason, nobody noticed. And they played all of last year. And then this year, the school contacted the NJSIAA and told them, we're not sure these guys are eligible. And they decided that, which would be the penalty would be you'd forfeit the games that they played in. But the most you could forfeit is 4 games. You don't play more than 4 games in 30 days. But for some reason, they forfeited more than 4 games and said they weren't eligible for the playoffs. It would seem that if we've got all the facts right, it would seem that the logical decision would be that they forfeit the 4 games last year and any championships that would cost them, but they would be eligible this year. And that may be the decision they came to, but they told them Sunday or Monday, whenever, that they were disqualified, and they redid it's a North Jersey Group 4 group. They redid the bracket, and now they've told them that, you are qualified. I think there was an appeal process, and after the appeal process, they put them back in the tournament, which means somebody who is prepared for a game tomorrow isn't going to have a game tomorrow because the team that was replacing them in the bracket has now been eliminated. And I don't know how it changes the seeding. I don't know that they were probably a pretty high seed, so it probably changes a lot of opponents in that bracket. It's kind of an unusual situation. Something like that happened to Absegami, too. There was an error made in the tie-breaking procedure between Timber Creek and Shawnee. They both had exactly the same number of power points, and in the tie-breaking procedure, Shawnee should have gotten the advantage over Timber Creek. But mistakenly, I don't know if they did it with a computer program or how it was done, they gave Timber Creek the break, and therefore Absegami was scheduled to play Timber Creek, the number 1 ranked team in South Jersey, tomorrow night. Then on Sunday, they found out about that mistake, but they said it was too late to change it. So but really, Absegami should be going to Shawnee. So what happens is Absegami is going to still go to Timber Creek, even though the seeding, the tie-breaking procedure was wrong, and I think it's Clearview is going to go to Shawnee, and then if they both win, Timber Creek and Shawnee, and they're expected to, they're going to play in the second round, but instead of being at Shawnee, it'll be at Timber Creek. The only thing about that, you make mistakes. There's no problem with that. The only thing about that is strange is to say on Sunday it's too late to change it because it says right in the NJSIAA playoff rules that they aren't official till Monday. Huh. So I know it's true that the coaching staffs from these schools were already working on scouting reports and everything for the team that they thought they were going to play, or they were told they were going to play. But so what?
Right.
You just change it around and go for somebody else on Monday.
Right.
I remember one time I was covering a basketball game between Paul VI and Camden Catholic, 2 great rivals. And that the same thing had happened. They'd announced the pairings for the tournament. This was in, I guess, early February. They announced the pairings for the tournament about a week before. And the day before this game, I think it was on a Saturday, the day before, they corrected an error. And instead of Paul, I don't remember who the team was, but instead of Camden Catholic playing this team, Paul VI was going to play this team. So I happened to be talking to the coaches before the game, and Jim Crawford, the legendary coach and great player, he's in the Big 5 Hall of Fame, he's talking to the Paul VI coach, and he says something to one of his assistants, and he gives him, it must have been a 40-page scouting report on the team that now Paul VI is going to play. And I remember thinking that's what high school sports should be like.
Right.
Working together, helping each other out, and so forth. And it usually is. But these are some strange situations. That's all. It's And of course, the other thing that people have been talking about for a long time is the situation with North Jersey non-publics, where the NJSIAA, and I understand why they wanted to do it. They wanted to encourage teams to play those super teams, the Bergen Catholics and the Don Boscos and teams like that. They wanted to encourage teams to play them. So they said, well, if you play them, we'll double the points. In some cases, and in other cases we'll multiply the points by 1.5. But then they went too far and said, if you'll play these teams, we'll give you points as though you won the game, even if you don't. And that's what threw the whole thing. That's why, and 9-0 St. Augustine is going on the road on Saturday to play a Bergen Catholic, who has lost 2 or 3 times. And Bergen Catholic may turn out to be the better team because they do play a very, very tough schedule. But it's just a little strange, and there was even a thought brought up at the recent meeting of the NJSIAA that they might expand the playoffs from 8 teams to 12, which makes no sense. It means there's another week added to the playoffs, and it also means that 4 teams that probably based on their performance, may not be worthy of being in the playoffs. We've got teams in the playoffs this year with 3 wins. I think in some groups 2 wins because of this PowerPoint system, and then that takes into consideration a tough schedule. But we don't need 12 teams in a playoff and then an extra week in the playoff season. It just doesn't make any sense. And that's just something that somebody brought up that was going to be talked about. Hopefully it'll be talked about very briefly.
Yeah, they don't make a lot of. I won't say they don't make a lot of good decisions, but they seem to make some decisions that are just not good at all. How do you penalize a team, even though they changed it? How do you penalize a team for something they did last year, and then they reported themselves?
Well, they still got to be penalized. They violated the rule by transferring without moving, so they have to sit out 30 days, every one of them. So all I know is that they did change it, and I don't know. I know there was an appeal, but I don't know what the logic or the reasoning was. Connor Agostino has run 37 yards for a touchdown. Egg Harbor Township leads Williamstown 7-0. Egg Harbor Township had lost its first 7 games. They beat Bridgeton last week, and now they're looking for a winning streak.
1 in a row.
They've had some tough games. Oops, Williamstown just scored. So it's now 7-7. Try to keep you posted on some of these other consolation games if we can. The tough team is Oakcrest. They're going to play at Lacey on Saturday. 1 point cost them the playoffs. They had a good season, Oakcrest, but they had to play a couple of games without Kendall Elliott, and they lost to Highland 21-20. Had they won that game, they would have been in the playoffs. But there's no doubt that the playoffs and the point system and everything else has made things interesting at a time of the year when maybe in the past there would be nothing at stake.
Well, I would say 2 things. And I probably would take some heat for both, depending on who you're talking to. But I don't think any team with less than a 500 record ought to be in the playoffs. I don't care.
Well, see, here's the thing. St. Joe's won a couple of championships without playing a game. They also won a couple of championships playing 1 game because that rule was in effect. And I don't think there's anything wrong with this point system instead of 1 lost records, because you're going to end up with situations like that, and that's just not good. There should be the same number of games in every group, and I think taking the 8 teams, and now they've in basketball and soccer and baseball and most of the other sports, they take the top 16, which is almost everybody. There's only 18 or 19 teams in each group in each section, so almost everybody's making the tournament, which is the way it used to be in basketball years and years ago. So I understand your idea, and it makes sense, but there's just not enough teams to do that.
Well, then somebody gets a bye. That's what I would do. The top-rated team gets a bye. Well, I just don't, I don't think you've earned it. I think being in the playoffs, you have to earn that a little bit. That's just and the other thing I think is that if you're an undefeated team, you should always have a home game against a team that's not undefeated. I don't care what the power points are. I think St. Augustine's getting...
that could be something to be discussed. Undefeated teams are automatically qualified, but of course, if you're undefeated, you're going to be in the top 8 in points anyway. And that's something to be discussed.
No, I mean, I think they should get a home game.
I understand what you're saying. That could be discussed. That's certainly a reasonable idea.
It's not. I'm of the opinion that it's not their fault that the level of their opponent is not as good as the level of other people's opponents when they're in a league and they're scheduled to play all these teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many open dates do you get to pick your own, to fill your own schedule?
Mm-hmm. Deptford to kick off.
It's not like basketball. You could play 25 games.
Deptford leading here 21-14. And it's a kick toward the sidelines and taken on a short hop at the 25-yard line, out across the 35 and across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. That was a nice run, but really a nice catch to scoop that up. I think it was Isaac Robertson who brought it out across the 40 to about the 42, almost 43-yard line. Does play a little baseball, so that's a good short hop play.
Yes, it is.
I think he's a second baseman, in fact.
Well, and they just at a time when they're picking the MVP award, Major League Baseball, Mike Trout nominated again, as well he should be.
Walsh to the left of Donahue. Ocean City trailing 21-14. Walsh gets the handoff, shoots up the middle, breaks through a tackle, and still fighting. He gets it across the 50, just across the 50, 2 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, he's playing both ways, and of course he got a little bit of a rest there at halftime, much needed rest. He's very, very active in defense as a linebacker, and he's a great ball carrier. 2nd and 2.
Walsh again. Walsh off the right side. First down inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line. Dan leads the team with 7 touchdowns. Came into the game with 293 yards in 57 carries, a 5.1 average.
Yeah, I mean, he's not the fastest guy they have who runs a football, but he's strong, he's tough, and he finds that open hole. Not happy with himself right now for some reason.
Donahue hands it off to Walsh, and he's inside the 40 to the 39. A flag comes flying from about 20 yards away.
I didn't see anything on that play.
A gain of about 4 on the play. It would be 2nd and 6. The personal foul against Ocean City.
Wow. That's it's not going to be a face mask. It's not going. Could be a late hit or something. That hurts because 3 real good running plays gain quite a bit of yardage, and this penalty is going to negate all that.
We're going to move it back.
Yeah, like 25.
To the 42, almost where they started the drive. They started on the 43.
Yeah, I didn't see that, or whom it was on or what.
1st and 25. Walsh to the right of Donahue, flags.
1st and 30.
And a 5-yard penalty for Ocean City, a false start. So it's 1st and 30 back at the 37-yard line. Ocean City trails here 21-14.
They get some great momentum with 3 good runs by Walsh and then two bad penalties. Start all over.
Actually, it's 2nd down, according to the sidelines. Here's a handoff to Walsh, and he drives out to the 45, maybe the 47-yard line.
So he gets 10 back. If you get 10 every down, you're going to get a first down.
Takes about 4 starts to bring that man down.
Except this one.
Yeah.
Now, they had 2nd down up there before, but they still have 2nd down, so that might have been a mistake before. Because if that was after the play, that personal foul, the down might have counted, but it still says 2nd down, so we're assuming that's right. Donahue waits the snap. Back to throw, pump fakes. Throws down wide open down the left sideline at the 30. and keeps his balance down the sideline and in for the touchdown. Well, there's no signal touchdown. He stepped out of bounds.
I couldn't tell that. I don't know. They looked him down there. It's Benvenuti.
Now, its ball's going to be on the 20-yard line. Official standing right on the sidelines. He stepped out of bounds at the 20-yard line. He kind of lost his balance.
Yep.
Trying to avoid a tackler or cut away from a tackler. But anyway, Ocean City in business here at the 20. 1st and 10. So they bounce back from 1st and 30. Here's a pass to the left side. It's Lashley, and he loses the football, and Deptford recovers. Deptford recovers it at the 20-yard line, and the 4th fumble of this football game.
That's a killer right there. I mean, like you said, they came back from 1st and 30 to get the first down in 2 plays, and then they're going to turn the ball right back over at the 17, 18, 19-yard line, and they fall on it on the 20. Turnovers will kill you. A coach will tell you that's just something you got to avoid.
Ocean City way ahead in the season in turnovers, 9 ahead. But they're even in this game, 2 each. Giles hands off to Dowd, and he's stacked up behind the line of scrimmage at about the 19-yard line.
Yeah, Walsh and company there. You know, you gotta hope that you can keep Dowd and them under control here, force a kick, and you're back in business on your side of the 50. I mean, it's still plenty early. They're a score behind. We're just underway here in the second half, but they just kind of shot themselves on the foot on that last drive.
Second, more than 10 yards to go.
2 steps forward and 3 back, I think, on that last drive.
Giles under center, backs in the eye. Hands it off to Dowd, and he went into the air at about the 15-yard line for some reason and was knocked into the ground for a loss of about 4.
Boy, Walsh walked right up to the line of scrimmage and just moved in between 2 blockers and forced Dowd to avoid him, and then, boy, 2 or 3 other Raiders in there to make the stop. He's really played well on defense. Played well tonight both ways. We'll probably make him our Chevrolet player of the game, at least so far.
3rd and about 13. Back at the 17, Giles to throw, passes out into the right flat, and he's chased down and stopped. So they didn't gain yardage. They lost 2 yards in 3 plays. And we'll have to punt the football. Oh, no, wait a minute. There's a penalty. Isn't there a penalty? Yeah, there's a flag, and it looks like it's against Ocean City.
Boy, Coleman made a nice play out there defensively. We'll see if it's going to be enough for a first down. They're moving the chains already.
So it better be. They haven't. Yes, they have finished stepping it off. It comes all the way out to the 33-yard line.
Roughing the passer.
So 1st and 10 for Deptford out at their own 33-yard line. Still 8:10 left in the 3rd quarter. Deptford on top here, 21-14.
Negates a really good 3-and-out defensive stop. What would have been a 3-and-out.
Here's a handoff up the middle and some room out across the 35 to about the 38 is Dowd.
Yeah, the Raiders are, you get the momentum, then you lose the momentum. Then you get it back on a real good series of defensive plays, and then, a roughing the passer penalty, another. That's 2 personal foul penalties here in the first 4.5 minutes of this second half. That is not good. 2nd
and around 4. Slot to the right, receiver to the left, in the shotgun. Giles takes the snap, hands it off on a delay, and not much on the play. It'll become 3rd down.
I tell you, Morales and Walsh are in there almost every play. That time, Dodano also in on the stop, but they have really moved these 2 linebackers up.
From Egg Harbor Township, Nicole Fenton has scored, and Ocean City leads Moorestown 2-1 with 15:27 left in the second half in the state field hockey semifinal. There's a young woman with some athletic genes.
Yeah.
Back to throw, untroubled. Giles is sacked. If that's Morales, we've got to give him the trophy. Nope, it's Walsh.
It's Walsh. He keeps the trophy.
Yeah. So a punting situation. 4th and about 12. Ocean City bounces back. Looked like they had him stopped, and they gave it away on a penalty, and then they bounced back from that. Brandon Lashley will be back in single safety at about his own 40.
Brandon Lashley back to the Red Raiders.
Javon Fox Ballard will be the punter, standing inside his own 20. High snap. He has to take a couple steps back, and it's blocked. It's blocked. It's scooped up at the 12, and in for the touchdown is Isaac Robertson.
Boy, that's 2 blocks, and again, any number of 3 or 4 guys could have blocked that. I mean, it all started with the high snap. You described it, Tom, and by the time he went up and got the ball and came back down, he really just didn't have any chance. They didn't have any chance to keep that rusher, that out. And an excellent block, and ball bounces right up to Robertson, and the Raiders are back in business.
They can tie it right here. Catanoso. So 1 touchdown on a fumble recovery, 1 on a block punt, and 2 other set up by fumble recoveries in this game. Ball is down, the kick is up, it's high enough, it's good, and it's 21-21.
But I tell you, it's like a seesaw roller coaster ride. I mean, you're up, you're down, you're up, you're down, and you're up again, and the next thing you know, the score's tied.
And as we said earlier, we alluded to it earlier, Catanoso is now 20 for 21. Very quietly having a very good year. He's 2 for 2. Kicking field goals, and in extra points in his season, 20 for 21 would places him 9th in kicks. One more kick, and he'll tie Tony Galeni and Dan Kennard. Tony Galeni, 1974. At one time, that was a record. Okay, so Ocean City will kick off on the Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG, Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com.
Ocean City getting ready to kick off here. They pooch kicked just about every time. So.
And early in the game, so did Deptford, but they've been kicking line drives down the middle. Williamstown has scored again. They lead Egg Harbor Township 14-7 in another regional crossover. Here's the kick, and this one is down the middle. And it's over their head, and it rolls to the 1. It's picked up there and out to about the 10, still fighting for yardage, going to be at about the 10-yard line. So I don't know if they crossed them up, but certainly not field position for Deptford.
Tom, did you say Egg Harbor Township 14-7?
No, Williamstown leads Egg Harbor Township.
All right, got that backwards.
It's okay. Hamilton leads Toms River South 7-0 in another extra game. They're down to 7:51 now in that field hockey semifinal, with Ocean City leading it 2-1 at Egg Harbor Township.
It's a little bit of a surprise. I think a lot of people thought the Raiders would score more goals.
Giles takes the snap, hands off to Dowd, and Dowd has about a yard. Morales in on the tackle. You know, if you look at Ocean City's top 10 in tackles, 8 of them are underclassmen. I mean, this is, Robertson is back next year, so is Bergman, as far as running backs are concerned. Shallcross is back. There's a couple of receivers that they have back. Of course, they're going to replace a highly successful quarterback, but some good linemen returning as well. Giles in the shotgun, drops back, sets, hit from behind, and sacked.
Guess who?
Dan Walsh.
Dan Walsh.
He's excited about it, too.
Well, again, they got the 3 down lineman. He's lined up on the outside almost as a defensive end, and he just beats his blocker to the outside and makes that sack. He's having a whale of a football game.
That's a perfect play for a defensive linebacker or end or anybody that's being blocked while rushing the passer to get around that block like that. And then make the solo tackle for this sack. Ocean City doesn't have a lot of sacks this year, and they've got 3 of them, I think, in this game. From the shotgun, Giles in the end zone. Floats a pass down the left sideline, and it is caught. And it's caught across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. He was covered, but again, he's 6'5". Oh, no, that's not him. That was Fox Ballard, the punter. He's 6'1". He made the catch. The other receiver is 6'5". That's Lober.
Well, he did a little out and go pattern or stop and go pattern, and the defender kind of took the bait, stopped, and then didn't quite get to go quite as quickly as the receiver, and the ball right on the money.
They've thrown the ball successfully this year. Handoff to Dowd up the middle, and he's across the 35 to maybe the 37-yard line.
Yeah, it's just really interesting, Tom, how, it's just football. I mean, you make a great play. Walsh makes a great play. They're tackled inside the 5-yard line, and then, they complete the pass down the sideline for a first down to the 30. It's the kind of stuff that gives coaches gray hairs.
2nd and 8. Deptford trying to get the lead back. Giles under center, pitches back to Dowd going right. Ocean City chasing him, and they've got him for about a 1-yard gain, maybe 2 at the most. We'll see where they spot the football. He went down that right sideline. He may have stepped out of bounds, actually, because they're going to move it back to the 36-yard line. So it's 3rd down and about 8.
They've really done a nice job of contending him as much as possible after what he showed in the first series. I mean, the first series, he looked like, a freak Andy from Absegami, who was ran crazy here.
3rd and 8. Quick pass in the flat, and it's caught. And racing up the middle to about the 45-yard line is Lauber. I was almost intercepted in that flat pass.
Yep.
And he got his 6'5" frame going forward and got it all the way out to the 45 for a first down. So another big 3rd down conversion for Deptford in this possession.
Yeah, it's nice to have a 6'5" guy to throw to. Aren't a lot of 6'5" football players in high school.
From the 45-yard line now. They started on their own 10. They were back inside the 5 at one point, and still moving, the Spartans. Giles in the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back, sets, fires down the middle, and it's intercepted over the head of the receiver. I think that's Benvenuti.
Yep.
He brings it across the 50 to 40. He's still running. He's at the 30. He's at the 20, and he's going to take it all the way.
What a run.
No flags on the play, and a great job of reading blocks by Garrett Benvenuti, and Ocean City has scored 2 touchdowns after recovering fumbles, another on a blocked punt run into the end zone, and here on an interception return for a touchdown of about 65 yards.
Well, like you said, he did a great job of reading the blocks. Not a well-advised pass into coverage, and not only did he read the blocks well, Tom, but he got really good blocks downfield. Just a good interception, a great run.
Here comes the extra point by Catanoso. It's high enough, and it's good. The last time anybody returned an interception for a touchdown was not that long ago. It was one of the first plays of last season when Garrett Jones brought one back 57 yards against Absegami. And the blocked punt and run counts as a punt return. And the last punt return for a touchdown, that was the one that Robertson scored. The last punt return for a touchdown was in 2008 by Greg Hoyle, 51 yards at Vineland. And if I remember correctly, Greg had a kickoff return, a punt return, and a touchdown from scrimmage all in the same game.
Yeah, if you're watching this on OceanCitySports.com, there you're seeing the replay now. Benvenuti picks it off at the 35-yard line and starts down the left side and then cuts back inside. He cuts back outside. He cuts back inside. And as Tom said, follows his blockers real well and puts the Raiders ahead 28-21. What kind of kickoff we're going to get here?
I don't know. There's 1:51 remaining in the third quarter. It's a kick at about the 25-yard line, across the 30 at the 35, and wrapped up by Robertson at the 36 or 37-yard line. So Deptford will start at about their own 37.
Yeah, Tymore Brown, he's fielded most of those short kicks over there. That time it was Ballard, Tavon Fox Ballard, defensive end.
So Ocean City's only had a couple of plays in this quarter.
Yeah.
Because they went to punt and Ocean City got it back in an interception, and Deptford gets it back after each of these defensive scores by Ocean City. In the third quarter of the game at St. Joe's had the ball for 11 minutes and 16 seconds.
Right.
Ocean City for 44 seconds, and this is a little bit like it here, except Ocean City scored twice in this game. Here's Dowd for a couple of yards.
Actually, and the Raiders had the ball at the beginning of the quarter. They got the opening kickoff and ran those three nice plays up the middle with Walsh, and then those couple penalties hurt them. And then gave it back up. But it's a strange football game. Can't really figure what's happening.
Final score from Egg Harbor Township, Ocean City 2, Morristown 1. Ocean City moves into the State Field Hockey Championship game for the fourth time in 5 years. Back to throw. It's incomplete, almost picked off. And it was Robertson. The ball went through the defender's hands, and, in those cases, you're never completely ready for it. And it bounced off a part of his body anyway and fell incomplete.
Yeah, that's... you're still within. I'm still surprised that although the Raiders have played better defense against Dowd, I'm surprised he's still not getting the ball a little bit more.
3rd and 8 at the 40 for Deptford, trailing now, 28-21. Giles in the shotgun. Back to his right. And he's going to be hit. Well, he gets away from him. He scrambles to the right, but he still stopped short of the line of scrimmage. But it looked like he was going down, but he ducked right under the rush and scrambled out to the right side and was pulled down out there. So it's a 4th down.
Yeah, Kenny makes a stop out there and a real nice one-on-one tackle. That's the way you teach kids to tackle. Low, head up, and hold on, bring the man down.
The flag on the play against Deptford has declined, and it'll be 4th and about 10, the punting situation. And this guy stands pretty far back, and yet Robertson was able to get through. Keep in mind, he had to back up a couple steps, too, to field the snap the last time. Let's see what happens here. Lashley's at about his own 30. Good snap, not much of a rush. Bangs it downfield. Lashley takes it on the bounce at the 23, across the 25 to about the 27 or 28-yard line. So Ocean City finally gets the ball.
Yeah, that time they didn't have the rush on and a good snap, and he gets to kick away at a low line drive. Was taking a West Deptford bounce. We're getting a block in the back against the Raiders. Going to add some yardage backwards after this return.
I'll take him back to about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, block in the back. Happens a lot.
Maybe the 13. Where's this man going?
He's going in the cafeteria.
Took it all the way back to the 10.
So it occurred right where the ball was fielded on the punt. Almost happened right away.
10 seconds left, third quarter, one play. I got to move these tubas. It blocks my view of the scoreboard.
10 seconds left.
I can see it if I lean out the window. All right, Donahue, ready to go. 1st and 10, takes the snap, hands it off, and driving out for about 4 or 5 yards. Looks like Robertson.
That ought to do it.
And we'll do it. And they'll move down to the other end of the field. Ocean City on top here, 28-21. They outscored Deptford 14-0 in that third period. The Boardwalk Acura Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on WPG Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. Brian, Carol, and their professional staff waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Acura on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. The rides aren't open at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City, but this is a good time to get bargains for next summer. At Wonderland Pier, your tickets never expire. Bring your leftover tickets from this year to the park when it opens next spring. Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk in Ocean City. Visit them online at Gillians.com and at Stainton's Gallery on Asbury Avenue, downtown Gillian's. Vince Ionase, the certified public accountant in Northfield, concentrates in the following areas: individual and business taxation, tax resolution services, bookkeeping, and payroll and sales taxes. Vince Ionase would like to wish all the players and the officials a successful and healthy season. The office of Vince Ionase, 231 West Glen Cove Avenue, the corner of Route 9 in Northfield. Phone 609-677-4977. Vince Ionase wants to solve your tax and accounting problems. 2nd and 8. Quick pass in the right flat. Little running room. And a few yards on the play. Ball came loose. And looks like Deptford has recovered it. Yes, they have. Deptford's going to get great field position inside the Ocean City 20-yard line.
Well, again, that's the play they struggle with all game, making a completion. They completed that time, and Kenny makes about a 7 or 8 yard gain, and then he gets hit by 2-3 defenders, and the ball pops loose.
Ocean City 19-yard line. That's the 5th fumble. There's also been a blocked punt and an interception in this game. And boom. Trying to run with the ball. There's nowhere to go for Dowd. He barely had time to turn around, and Austin Green introduced himself.
Yep. That was a big play there. Austin Green. You said Tom is a sophomore. He has a bright, bright future.
Yeah, that trio of sophomores. I'm sure there's others too, but that trio have made an impact this year. Brandon Lashley is the safety and does a lot of the returning, and Brandon Lynn, who leads the team in tackles, and Green leads the team in tackles for losses, and just added to that. 2nd about 14. Handoff to Dowd, trying to get to the outside. He may get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this is a big couple plays here. I mean, the Raiders hold that lead. The screen it's 28-21 Ocean City.
3rd down.
But I think they're going to put that little swing pass in their pocket the rest of the game. It's been nothing but no good has come of it all game.
3rd and 10 on the 19. Giles under center, takes the snap, quick pass, floats it for the big guy, and it's knocked down at the goal line. Terrific effort for Ocean City. Robertson got high in the air and knocked it down. Guy he's guarding is 6'5", and Robertson is 5'10".
Tried to throw that little fade into the end zone and just let his guy out jump the defender, but Robertson had beautiful position, and they're going to try a field goal, Tom, from a 36-yard field goal. Wow.
That's indeed what they're going to do. Trying to cut that lead. They trail 28-21. Good snap. Ball is down. The kick is up. It's high enough, but it's not going to be long enough. It hits before the back line of the end zone, and Ocean City dodges another bullet. They'll take over on their own 20 with 10-12 left.
Yeah, I would think you'll see them run the football a little bit here, try to get some of that 10-12 off the clock. They operate, as you said, from their own 20. But just gotta hold on to the football.
Indeed. And nobody's doing that today.
And you're not kidding.
Maybe it's slippery tonight. Donahue waits the snap. Hands it off. Boom. Robertson's amazing he didn't fumble that ball. I think a blocker was driven back into him by a defender, and it staggered him, but he held on to the ball and got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's a difficult position to be in. I mean, you want to run the football and take time off the clock, but you may have to put it in the air to gain the 10 yards you need here.
Donahue with Robertson to his left. Takes a snap. Robertson hits the right side, and there's nothing there. So it's going to be, well, actually, he may have slipped through there for a yard. It's going to be 3rd and about 9 on the 21-yard line.
And the last time they had a play like a similar down and distance situation in the first half, and they ran that little quarterback draw and got the yardage, and then, Donahue lost the handle on it.
Donahue, Robertson to his left, slot to the right, takes the snap, drops back, throws over the middle. It's tipped and incomplete. It was tipped. Shawcross got a hand on it, trying to pull it in, and he couldn't. And then Kenny almost caught it. I'm sorry.
Flag. Benvenuti almost caught it.
Yeah, Benvenuti. He's the one that almost caught the tip. But it's incomplete. A holding penalty against Ocean City is declined, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. And it's a punting situation for Andrew Donahue. He'll back up almost to his goal line. He's got a pretty good average, about 36 or 37 yards per punt, 37. And he needs to get one of them off here. 2 people back for Deptford. Not much of a rush. High kick. Wow. And it drives them both back, and it's over their heads. It's bobbled, and he held onto it. It was bobbled by the receiver. It popped up in the air after he was first hit. He pulled it back in, and then he was hit again and still held onto it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of ball, once that hits like that, you got to get away from it. But it's such a reaction sometimes by the receiver back there. That ball bounced, and it kind of bounced right in front of him, and he kind of put his hand up to, to grab it, I guess. But he was fortunate enough to hold on, because as soon as he put his hand on it, he took a big hit.
Morales shaken up on the play, comes to the sideline. So Deptford will start on its own 31 with 8:46 remaining in the fourth quarter. They're down to Ocean City, 28-21. Giles is under center. Single setback, gives him the ball, hits off the left side for a yard or 2.
What a hit. Who was that? I think the initial hit back there was Dodonna. Really got another flag. You think this late in the season, you're not going to see that many flags, and yet that's another personal foul against the Raiders. That's 3 this half.
So it'll be a first down out across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
And the referee coming over to explain to Kevin Smith what the penalty's for.
First and 10 for Deptford on their own 47-yard line, trailing 28-21. Backs in the eye. Giles bobbles the snap from center. It's a scramble for it. Looks like Ocean City might have it. Let's see. Nope. Officials say second down for Deptford, back at the 45 or 46.
Wow. Big number 80 makes that recovery. For the Spartans, that's Dorian Forbes.
So it's 2nd and 12.
The Raiders actually came up with it, Tom. I'm not sure. They blew the play dead ahead of time, I think. Oh, there goes 5.
It looks like Deptford moved.
They've moved Walsh over to the other side of the defensive line now. I guess maybe he's to the wide side of the field more. I'm trying to remember when we were going the other way and he was on the right side. Now he's on the left side, but I'm going to have to keep watch on that. It may be because he's to the wide side of the field.
2nd and 17. Giles in the shotgun. Hurried. Throws high. Incomplete. And throwing high for that guy is tough.
That's throwing high.
Yeah. We're told by Jack Fizenmayer that the field hockey team will play Saturday, 6 o'clock at Bordentown Regional High School. And you'll want to go up to see the game, but wait till you see Bordentown Regional High School's athletic facilities. 3rd and about 17 for Deptford. They trail 28-21. 7:38 remaining in the 4th quarter. In a game filled with turnovers and exciting plays, interception returns for a touchdown, block punts brought back for a touchdown, about 6 or 7 turnovers between the two teams. It's been a load of fun.
Yeah.
3rd and 17. Giles in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Under pressure. Fires, and he makes the connection to the big guy out to the 45 of Ocean City. It's going to be a yard or two. They may even give him the first down. He did fall forward. Let's see where they spot the ball. He may get the first down.
Yeah, that last hit he took from the Ocean City player flying in to help with the tackle pushed him forward another couple yards.
And it looks like they're going to say no. Are they going to measure? It looks like it may be just short, but it's so close that they'll certainly go for it. No, they're not going to measure. It is just short. 4th and less than a yard. Giles is under center. Takes a snap, hands it off to Dowd, and he's not going to get there.
Wow, what a big stop. Even after the initial hit, it looked like Dowd was still going to have an opportunity to get that first down. A lot of guys in that box.
After the play, watch Dan Walsh on the replay at OceanCitySports.com. He just won the lottery.
Yeah, they're keying on. Here's the first hit right there. If you're watching it again, 53. That's Comer. He makes the hit, doesn't stop the running back, and then he still has an opportunity. And then 3-4 other guys come in, all help make the stop.
Walsh really celebrated.
Yep.
Ocean City with 6:41 left from its own 45-yard line. Donahue hands off to Robertson, sweeping the left side. He's got a first down. He's inside the 40, and he's down to almost the 35-yard line. That's Bergman. Liam Bergman on the carry. He's down to the 36-yard line.
Yep. Yeah, I haven't seen this much emotion out of Walsh all year. I mean, he's always played with tremendous enthusiasm, but he just, as you said, Tom, he really seems like it's almost like he's got friends on the other team or something that he really wants to win this game more than any.
Robertson, well, not in the game right now. There's a handoff to Bergman, and Donahue carries off the fake, pretends to pass the ball after handing it off. Here comes Robertson back into the game. But the 2 nice runs by Bergman, and it's going to be 2nd and 4. Yeah, we mentioned Bergman had the best performance of the returning running backs last season, but he missed most of the preseason and the first 2 games, and he's just gradually working himself into good health, and he's there now. So he gives him a really strong back, another strong back. Here's Robertson, straight up the middle and close to the first down.
Yeah, the key now is hold on to the football. Obviously, you want to get the first down. You're at 5:32 and the clock running here in the football game. The Raiders with that 1 touchdown lead. at 28-21.
3rd and 1.
3rd down 1.
Couple receivers check in and reposition themselves. It's going to be a slot to the right, tight end on the left side, and also a wing back on the left side. Robertson gets the handoff, and he's got the 1st down inside the 25, down to about the 22.
Boy, he gets that by plenty. I was going to say prior to the snap, you figure you're definitely in four down territory here. It didn't matter. I mean, he gained the 1st down by probably 3-4 yards. Big hole. And now they're going to be able to use another couple minutes off this clock. I think both teams still with their timeouts intact. But this would be a big points on the board. The Raiders, if they can score something.
On the 24, 1st and 10. Donahue hands it off, trying to circle the left side. Bergman, he cuts inside a potential tackle and picks up a few more yards down close to the 15-yard line.
I tell you, the ball came loose there and actually just fortunately went out of bounds, just barely out of bounds. The end of that play, I don't know if he would have been down by contact or not, but fortunately we don't have to worry about it.
Ball's inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line. 2nd and 4. Donahue hands it to Walsh, and Walsh drive through a tackle and down inside the 15 for what looks like a 1st down, but let's see where they spot the football.
Well, now you're near decision time if you're not making the 1st down here, if you're kicking the field goal or attempting the field goal, or if you're just going to go. And it's just a decision they still don't have to make.
1st down.
1st down, the clock's back in motion. 3:50.
1st and 10, Ocean City. They're leading 28-21. Walsh hesitates, tries to take it outside and can't. He's spun to the ground after a yard or two. It will be 2nd down.
And they'll use as much clock as possible here. We've said many times that back judge, he starts that countdown from 5, and they're going to let him, get to most of that before they take the snap here. Just about coming up on 3 minutes left here.
Of course, it takes them a while to get a play off anyway with the sideline signals and everything.
Right.
Donahue hands it off the left side. Walsh bounces it to the outside, inside the 5, and he's down to about the 2-yard line, it looks like. Maybe even the 1. Strong run by Dan Walsh. Looked to be stopped. Ran through it. Sets up another potential score.
Got a couple really good blocks out there. There's another one. Got a nice block. I think Nick Williams. He got another nice block from Lashley. And then there at the end from Eric LeVay.
1st and goal at the 1. Walsh in for the touchdown. His 8th touchdown of the season, leads the team, and Ocean City has a 2-score lead.
And there's going to be a flag on the play after. I think this one's going to be a personal foul against Deptford, or it might be against Ocean City on a block in the end zone after the play was over. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not definitely a flag. Couldn't tell which team made the extra block attempt at the end.
Personal fouls against Deptford. Ocean City will mark it off on the kickoff. Catanoso to kick. Ball is down. The kick is up. It's high enough. No good. It's only his 2nd miss of the season, but it was wide. But a 34-21 lead for Ocean City with 2:27 remaining in the fourth quarter of this game. And, you know, some people, of course, think these games don't mean anything, and it's not a playoff game, so you don't advance or anything. But for Ocean City, winning this game gives them a chance for their first winning season since 2008, if they can beat Pleasantville on the road on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, and Pleasantville always gives the Raiders a game.
Yep, and they've got a couple of very talented football players. Don't have a lot of numbers, but they'll come at them. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on WPG, Talk Radio 104.1 and 1450 AM. Connect with Brian Brummel and the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. Signal Graphics, Tilton Road, Egg Harbor Township, your local commercial printer with a personal service you expect. Cut out the middleman. Save time and money. Signal Graphics prints full color in-house. Signal's state-of-the-art equipment and expert printing staff allows them to produce an excellent product for very low cost. For fast turnaround and great prices, call the Gunnels, Riley or Kay, at 609-569-9990. And for special service, ask for Chugger, Signal Graphics. Game also brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City, who encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team each and every week.
Chances are this won't be a pooch kick, Tom.
Now they're kicking off from the 45 of Deptford. It's a high kick. It actually may be returned. He drops it. It's up for grabs. There's a scramble for it at about the 10-yard line, maybe inside the 10, and Ocean City's got it.
Alex Morales,
who has 2 sacks in this game, got banged up, was out of action for a while, and he comes up with this fumbled kickoff at about the 7-yard line.
Might have to have 2 Chevrolets this game, Tom.
Ocean City's got the ball on the Deptford 7 with 2:20 left. And Andrew Donahue brings the team. He broke a school record earlier in this game. Most passing yards. He's not going to have a 100-yard passing game. He's had 14 of them in his career. The record's 15. He's got a shot for that, though, on Thanksgiving Day. Here's a handoff straight ahead to Walsh or Robertson. Robertson hits the line and scores from 7 yards out. And Ocean City scores twice within 20 seconds.
So it was a 1-touchdown game, and the Raiders were looking to take as much time off the clock as possible. Turns into a 3-touchdown lead here now with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left.
Kick by Catanoso is good. So it's 41-21. Ocean City on top here. Interstate Batteries of Egg Harbor Township has been providing South Jersey with outrageous dependability for over 26 years with over 1 million battery sales. They not only have a battery for your car, but for your boat, RV, motorcycle, ATV, truck, golf cart, or power chair. Interstate Batteries, America's #1 replacement battery, is located at 6064 Riga Avenue, Egg Harbor Township. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m., Saturdays 9 to 2. If you need a battery, you'll find it at Interstate Batteries. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. There's a full line of brand new cars available for rent at Just 4 Wheels on the White Horse Pike in Galloway Township, Delsey Drive in Vineland, and Washington Street in Cape May. They also have moving trucks, minivans, and 15-passenger vans. Be smart. Rent at Just 4 Wheels, serving South Jersey for more than 35 years in Galloway, Vineland, Berlin, Cape May, and Lakewood. They're open from 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. daily. Just 4 Wheels, car, truck, and van rental. Here's a kickoff from Catanoso, this time from the 40. It's kind of a little bit of a pooch. It's taken at the 30, trying to get to the left sideline, and does, across the 40, 45, and right around midfield. He's tripped and a flag comes across the field.
Just a lot of flags that's in this football game, and at this point it's not going to make much difference.
Illegal block against Deptford. The ball is going to go back into Deptford territory. So they'll be it'll be 1st and 10, but they'll be working from inside their own 40-yard line. Don't forget, tomorrow night I'll join Josh Hennig in the studio on our sister station 97.3 ESPN, and we'll be on from 6 to 10 with reporters all over the place, keeping us posted on the progress of the playoffs. We've got some interesting interviews too, including Jesse Milza, the quarterback from Cedar Creek, who set a Cape Atlantic League record, most passing yards in a career, excuse me. The old record, Dustin Thomas of St. Augustine Prep. And he's still got, well, at least one game left. Probably more, but here's a delayed handoff, and yet making a nice run out of it. It looked like it was going to go nowhere. Gets 5 or 6 yards out close to the 45-yard line. A really nice play by Tyrese Brown, a 6-foot sophomore.
Does Cedar Creek play on Thanksgiving?
They do not. They played their 9 games, so they're in the playoffs, and that's it. St. Augustine, that's who they used to play. St. Augustine in the same situation. Buna also and Bridgeton have also played their 9 games. They didn't make the playoffs, though. Back to throw. Giles, left side, makes the completion at the 45, and ridden down the sidelines and out of bounds inside the 40, probably around the 38-yard line.
Let me ask you then, if you're playing a crossover game, it makes your 9th game. Can you decline to play it so that you can keep your Thanksgiving game?
Well, you still have your Thanksgiving game. Ocean City's playing on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but I'm saying if Cedar Creek had a Thanksgiving game.
No, you can only play 9 regular games.
Okay.
Including Thanksgiving. Here's a straight handoff, and down to about the 35-yard line, I think, is Brown again. Gain of about 3. 2nd and 7, maybe inside the 35. Actually, looks like they're going to put it at the 34, so it'll be 2nd and 6. But of course, time's running out here. 55 seconds left. Now, Ocean City on top, 41-21, by outscoring them 27-0 in the second half. Deptford had a good first half. They led it 21-14 in a half filled with turnovers.
Raiders have really done well at halftime, making adjustments defensively.
Giles, I don't know if he's calling an audible or what, but he's running a lot of time off the clock. They're, of course, not going to come back from this far down anyway. Here's a pass almost intercepted by Morales. He tipped it away, and it'll be 3rd down and 6 with 24 seconds left. So Ocean City's going to improve to 5-4, and they'll go to Pleasantville on Thanksgiving Day, hoping for a winning season.
Yeah, that may be. They may let the clock. No, it's an incomplete pass, so the clock stops it.
Right.
Could be the last play. Although only 3rd down.
3rd and 6. Giles under center. Hands it off. Brown drags a couple of people. Finally goes down. Looks to have the 1st down. He fumbled the ball, actually. Officials are saying he was down.
Yep.
They're really having a hard time holding on to the ball.
They're really
maybe this is the first cold night. I don't know.
They're really ripping at it there. That's that could have been called a fumble.
4th down. He did not get the 1st down, but about a yard to go, and I guess Deptford called timeout. 10 seconds left, and it's 41-21. Ocean City on top. Last we heard, Williamstown was leading Egg Harbor Township 14-7. Again, we congratulate Ocean City's field hockey team. They're going to the state final Saturday, 6 o'clock at Bordentown. As they beat Moorestown 2-1 tonight. Julia Harrington, Nicole Fenton scored the goals. Hamilton now leads 21-0 over Toms River South in their crossover game. And we also congratulate the Mainland boys soccer and Holy Spirit girls soccer teams on their South Jersey championships today. And Wow, Winslow 46, Mainland nothing, with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter of their game. Back to throw is Giles. He fires a pass complete and hit and stopped at about the 20. He's got the first down, but he's staying on his feet and the clock runs out. So Ocean City with a big win in a crazy game. 41-21 here at Carey Stadium to improve to 5-4 on the season. Ocean City players slow getting up. It's Morales, I think. Yeah. He came out of the game holding his rib area. Got back in, and he's holding it again. Anyway, the teams are lined up to shake hands at the center of the field in this crossover game.
They have a couple weeks to rest that, whatever that ailment is.
Bridgeton leading Cumberland 35-0 in their crossover game. Here's what happened here. First touchdown of the game was a 7-yard run by Darius Dowd. It made it look like it was going to be a long night for Ocean City's rushing defense because he looked very impressive. But Ocean City came back, a 9-yard run by Andrew Donahue, tied the game. And then Isaac Robertson on a 5-yard run gave Ocean City a 14-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. Both those touchdowns came after fumble recoveries. But not to be outdone, Deptford scored when they scooped up a fumble. It looked like a forward pass to us, and even on the replay, but the officials ruled it was a lateral pass, and a 62-yard return by Deptford brought them within 14-13. They